Hi guys, how you doing? It's me, the Kiwi, back with another little helpful hint on being a man and going his own way. Oh man, I cannot get over the response and positive feedback. It is absolutely mind blowing. Truthfully, is I can't get over it. I got something in mind. I've been working today, Sunday. I helped some guys out welding, so I've been grinding and in amongst steel and all sorts of happy stuff. Now I have two jobs, believe it or not. But my money is my money. It's nobody else's. I make money for me. But anyway, the next topic. I've been trying to figure out a way how to get this across to all you guys out there. Doesn't matter, young, old, middle age. But I think the best way to I've just got to put it out there. And that is, if you're in a bad situation, you need to get the fuck out. Seriously, you need to get out. Whatever the bad situation is that you're in. If it's a marriage and you're being neglected, taken advantage of, and used, you need to get the hell out of it. If you're in a job environment and you're being used and abused and treated like crap, quit. Get out. Um, if you're living at home with your parents and you're 30 years of age or 40 years of age, get the freaking heck out. Man, literally, get hold of those little furry things between your legs, your balls, and get out. Get going in life. Seriously. Um, yeah, get out. Myself personally, I've always stood by my convictions. If I have ever been in a situation that is just, you know, it's just not going anywhere, I get out. I pull the pin and I get out of Dodge. It doesn't matter. I mean, in my marriage, I moved my wife, now my ex-wife, out of the house with my daughter because things just weren't working. They just weren't working at all. And this is what can happen to you if you think you're in a relationship where things are going to get better and they're already bad. Trust me on this. They're only going to get worse. God's honest truth. I've been in so many different relationships as far as business relationships, personal relationships, loving relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend style loving relationships, marriage relationships. And whenever shit starts going south, it's not going to come back. If you're in this delusional bubble that you think that shit's going to get better, by the way, that wasn't my butt, that was me moving on my chair. Yeah. Sounds pretty bad, huh? But anyway, if you're in a situation that is a negative situation and it is taking energy, taking your who you are, if you feel like you're giving and giving and giving, if you're coming in here and pulling stuff out of you and giving constantly, and you're not getting anything in return, and I don't care if it's a paycheck or if you're getting your dick sucked once a month, it's not freaking worth it. It's not. Trust me on this. I have a gentleman that, oh God, yeah. I have this gentleman that I go to. He does machine work for me. And this is a perfect example. I've known this guy for about 5, 6 years now. And his marriage has just been on this slow ratchet downhill slide. Okay. Number of years ago, he was doing used to be doing very well for himself. He was making about 250K a year. Okay. And his wife had out of control spending habits. Okay. Well, that's fine because he was making 250K a year and he was able to support her out of control spending habits. Doesn't mean it was what he was doing was right. It was just fine for him, you know. He felt like he was doing his wife a service, like, you know, I'm the white knight and here's all my money, sweetheart. Well, the company that he was working for got brought, sold, and a bunch of stuff went on in his life as far as other things were concerned. And he's down to making $100,000 a year now, and his wife still has out of control spending habits. But the thing is she's asking him for a divorce now. He's not even living in his house. He is living in his shop, okay, living in the business that he operates from, and he's still paying for all the bills. He's literally still paying all the bills for his wife and his kids, okay? And then on top of that, she's still spending like frickin' wildfire. And this is no bullshit. This is a true, honest to God story. The guy has $600,000 in credit card debt. $600,000. Well, 6 years ago, we were telling this guy, dude, you need to kick this old lady of yours to the curb. And his answer continually was, and this is freaking mind-numbing to me, his continual reply was, you don't understand. My wife's lifestyle is non-negotiable. I've never heard such an asinine answer to a man putting up with misery in my entire life. But my point is this. If you think you're in a situation and it's going to get better, it's not. It's only going to get worse. And the reason why is you haven't put any boundaries in place. You haven't turned around, and this is one of the key things about MGTOW, is saying no. And it doesn't matter what you're saying no to. It's everything. If it's going against who you are as an individual, if it's going against what you feel is morally or ethically correct, you need to say no. That is one of the most unequivocal points that I could make to any man, is learning to say no. And it was hard for me to learn to say no. You know. It was one of the hardest things for me to say no to, especially women. Because I always thought, oh my God, if I say no to my wife, she's just going to get pissed. Well, it wouldn't matter if I said yes, no, up, down, left, right. My old lady was going to get pissed because I didn't set any boundaries, and she just started walking over me more and more and more, until I got to the point where it was like, if I keep this person in the house, I'm going to kill her. That's how bad it got. So I finally grabbed hold of my balls and I said, you're out of here. This is not safe for you or my daughter. You need to go. You need to get out of here. And I can still see it to this day. You know, moving her and all the furniture out of the house and all that sort of stuff. And that was a major turning point in my life. And since then, I've got stronger and stronger and stronger at saying no, setting boundaries, and just not letting people take advantage of me in any way, shape, or form. You know, it's like today, I went into a facility where I do extra work, and everybody else is in there working, okay? And they'll be working there to most probably 6, 7, 8 o'clock tonight because they've got big contracts that they've got to meet. I got done with the work that I had to do, so I left. I'm not going to stay there. I'm not going to, just stay there because they feel that they need me to stay there and do more work. I know where I'm at. I was like, no, I'm out. Catch you later, guys. The work's not going to go anywhere, and they still need me, and the work is going to get done, and the work that I've got to do will get done before they're done with any of their work. You know, they wanted me to go in there on Friday, and I was like, No, I'll be there Saturday and Sunday, because I like having my Fridays to myself. But that's been a hard thing for me to learn, is just saying no and setting boundaries. And that is an extremely important part of the male journey, is it's saying no to negative situations, saying no to being taken advantage of, saying no to being used, saying no to being abused. Because a woman, because they can get away with so much today, can be, not all women, but a lot of women can be exceptionally abusive. Even our boy Jesse James from West Coast Choppers, okay, years ago when he was married to that batshit crazy porn star, okay, he had her arrested because she was physically abusing him, battering him, beating him. And he got a restraining order on her and everything, got her the hell out of his life. So you can be this big, badass, burly biker dude, but it's still not going to stop a batshit crazy chick from abusing you. So if you've got any of these things going on in your life, from work relationships, business relationships, personal relationships, romantic relationships, to even marriage, if you're in a bad situation, seriously, you gotta get the fuck out of there, because it's not serving you, it's not helping you, and it's not helping you become the man that you need to be, that you desire to be, that you choose to be. Not what society tells you to be, but what you, as the individual, what you choose to be. Okay? So, that's my message for today. Say no, and then get the freaking heck out of the situation, because if you don't, it's just going to go downhill more and more and more. And people, when they know that they've got their foot on you or over you, they will continually drive you and beat you into the freaking dirt until you have nothing left to give. And the beautiful thing about saying no and getting the hell out of negative situations and bad situations is you're giving back to yourself. You might in the beginning think it's going to be a heartache or a terrible thing to do or a hard thing to do, but let me tell you something. When you start giving to yourself, the rewards come tenfold. And just to finish off, that gentleman that I was telling you about, the machinist that does work for me, this is how insane the insanity can become. If he actually did divorce his wife, okay, both his kids are over 18 years of age now, he's putting $10,000 a month on the table. If he actually, and has nothing, he's living in his shop, sleeping on a couch, and his wife won't let him into their house, okay? But if he actually divorced her, claimed bankruptcy, he would actually have more money for himself right now, and she would actually end up with basically nothing. But yet, as he will tell you, even right now, my wife's lifestyle is non-negotiable. So, like I said, no boundaries, get the hell out. Hope that's helped you guys. And thank you. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for the positive feedback. And more videos coming. Have a great week.